Hi, I'm Kate. Hi, you guys can come in.
I'm Caitlin. Laura.
And John.
My speech is on why you should recycle. Did you know that every month we throw out enough glass bottles and jars to fill up a giant skyscraper? All of these jars are recyclable. Not many people think that recycling matters. There are lots of gases that go into our environment when materials are incinerated or put into a waste treatment process when they could be recycled. If everyone recycled everything that they could, then there would be much less toxins in the air that can cause major health problems. People think that their recycling behavior will not make a difference to the environment, and people are less aware and concerned about their personal actions when in a group. You should encourage recycling to others, especially when you are in a group. Tell a person that their choice to recycle does make a difference. It is each individual's responsibility to take care of our earth. Most people who don't recycle are just lazy and think that it takes up too much time and money. Well, I think that is false. On the contrary, recyclables, in fact, make up an essential part of today's marketplace, according to the study, 2001 U.S. Recycling Economic Information Study. In the United States, the recycling and reuse industry consists of about 56,000 businesses that employ more than 1.1 million people. These businesses have an annual payroll of $37 billion and gross more than $236 billion in annual revenues. Recycling one aluminum can saves enough energy to run a TV for 3 hours. And there is no limit to the amount of times an aluminum can be recycled. An aluminum can that is thrown away today will still be a can 500 years from now. To produce each week's Sunday newspapers, 500,000 trees must be cut down. If all our newspapers were recycled, we could save about 250 million trees each year. Now that's a lot. The amount of wood and paper we throw away each year is enough to heat 50 million homes for 20 years. Approximately 1 billion trees worth of paper are thrown away every year in the U.S. Just think about how much energy we could save if we recycled everything we could. Plastic bags and other plastic garbage thrown into the ocean kill as many as 1 million sea creatures every year. Recycling plastic saves twice as much energy as burning it in an incinerator. Rainforests are being cut down at the rate of 100 acres per minute. This is why every week about 20 species of plants and animals become extinct. And all of these non-recycling habits people have needs to change. The extinction of each additional species brings the irreversible loss of genetic codes, which are often linked to development of medicines, foods, and even jobs. Biodiversity provides these direct benefits. Also, biodiversity is required for the recycling of essential elements such as carbon, oxygen, and nitrogen. It is also responsible for reducing pollution, protecting watersheds, and combating soil erosion. According to Buckingham, as stated in the book Hazardous Waste Management, all of the world's major food crops, including corn, wheat, and soybeans, depend on new genetic material from the wild to remain productive and healthy. Breeders and farmers rely on the genetic diversity of crops and livestock to increase harvest and to respond to changes in environmental conditions. If we recycle, less of our trash ends up in the landfills, which many times end up in the ocean. This prevents animals from eating and getting caught in the garbage. It also means less land needs to be cleared away to make garbage dumps. Recycling prevents habitat destruction and loss of biodiversity. Recycling creates less smog from less things need to be incinerated. Smoggy air is hard to breathe and it smells gross. It causes many health problems. You don't think that's a big deal? According to the EPA, the summer 2008 Beijing Olympics, They had to shut down their factories and force 50% of their drivers to stay home every day for weeks so they wouldn't kill their athletes with poor air quality. Even after all those measures, there were still thousands of complaints. Have you ever been on a highway or a town that is near a big landfill? Have you ever smelled that smell? I don't know about you, but I would do a lot to avoid ever having that experience again. If you don't like the landfill everywhere vision of the future, being environmentally conscious is the way to go. According to La Grega, Buckingham, and Evans in the book Hazardous Waste Management, normal landfills where regular trash goes give off many toxic and dangerous chemicals. These include gases that contribute to acid rain. Especially important to the world today is the release of methane and carbon dioxide. Both are greenhouse gases and contribute to climate change. According to the United States Environmental Protection Agency, or EPA, climate change may directly affect human health through increases in average temperature. Such increases may lead to more extreme heat waves during the summer while producing less extreme cold spells during the winter. Also, according to the EPA, Chicago is projected to experience 25% more frequent heat waves, and Los Angeles 4 to 8 times as many heat wave days by the end of the century. Particular segments of the population, such as those with heart problems, asthma, the elderly, and the very young, can be especially vulnerable to extreme heat. So, why wouldn't you recycle? It has a great positive impact on our economy, our health, and our future generations' health. Thank you for listening.